Welcome back to Practical Project with Vue 2. This is our first video in the Vue News series. So, this is the Vue News app. On the left-hand side, you can see we have a list of different RSS feeds. These are all from Reuters. There are different areas of entertainment and culture, all of which have a set of articles. And then you can click on the different articles and see the content that goes along with that feed. In this area, scrolls. You can also search for things. And then you get a search results down on the left-hand side. In addition, you can click on Add Feed, and it brings up a dialog that you can add a new feed to your list of RSS feeds that you want to watch. Now, the completed project also uses WebSockets so that everything is kept in sync on both the server and the client side, and new articles are presented without the user having to refresh the page when the project's all done. Okay, let's talk about how we're going to get there. We're going to set up the project first. Again, this is a Nuxt.js application, very similar to what we did in the previous example. Then we're going to do an application and database setup. So we're going to use SQLite in this case. Instead of GraphQL, we're going to use traditional REST endpoints. So we're going to go set those up. Once that's all done and the server side is essentially completed, we're going to move on to the UI by creating the Vuex store. We're going to do an initial layout, create the left-hand nav where you go and click on the different feeds. Then we're going to build the article viewer, finishing off the UI with the add feed dialog to show you how forms are done and form management. Then we're going to go back to the server and upgrade the connection so that it's using WebSockets. And then on top of that, we're going to add a local storage to ensure that it's an efficient interface and the user will see something the moment that they hit the page, as opposed to getting a blank screen and waiting for the initial REST request to hit. We're going to introduce you to the Vue News application and then walk you through how we're going to build it from the back end all the way to the front end. So let's have a look at it. So let's talk a little about the structure. You'll be seeing this over and over and over again as we go through the different videos. At the bottom layer, we're going to use a SQLite database in this case. So we are going to have a genuine database as opposed to a JSON file for this application. Then it's going to be a Koa server, similar to the last application. But instead of GraphQL, we're going to use REST. On top of that is going to be our Vuex store, and then the various components that we're going to build as we go along. As you'll see at the end of the video, that Koa REST connection is actually going to be augmented with the web server stuff. And that's going to give us a live full duplex connection to the client, meaning that we can actually post messages from the server to the client that the client will then pick up on and say, oh, there's new content? Great. And it'll come back and hit those REST endpoints and get the updated content.